gal, this is Alyssa from Patriot Marketing. I had reached out to you earlier today and promised this free video. So anyways, here it is, and I'm going to go ahead and keep this short and sweet. I just wanted to show you a few tips that you could really use to maximize your traffic online. And so with that, I'm going to go ahead and get started. So first of all, I wanted to point out a couple of things I liked about your website. There's this click to call button right here, which is really good to have. And it looks like you have the free quote form button here, which is really good. Both of the click to call button, wow, I can't speak today. Click to call button and free quote buttons help with converting people over as clients. I also liked that you have pictures of some of the work that you've done. Something I did notice though is there's not a whole lot of content on this page, on your home page. And content is anything that I can highlight, whether it be a picture, image, or text. In this case, I'd be talking about the text. There's just not a whole lot of it. And the reason why you want a lot of content is because of the fact you want to start ranking for a lot of different keywords. Keywords, for example, you have epoxy flooring Los Angeles, and that's literally this. Oh, it's a slightly different keyword. It doesn't have the ing after flooring, so it does count as a different keyword. But just things like that. There's a whole lot of volume to be had here. Looks like there's a 1.7 thousand search volume for your area and field of work a month, and you have these individual keywords here that this one gets 250 searches a month. So yeah, there's a lot of volume to be had here that you're not getting, unfortunately, because you don't have the content with those keywords in there. And when people are searching these keywords, they're not able to find you because you don't have those keywords in there. And so it's really important to put yourself in a position to be found. And how you would do that would be having a website with a bunch of content containing the keywords that you want and need to be found for. So what I would do is I'd add more of this content here, and just with those keywords in there as well, and maybe even go as far as saving the images as those keywords and then re-uploading them to the website, so that way you have that image does count as a keyword now and it counts as content. It's a really sneaky way to put a keyword in there without actually putting it in your text. So there's a couple of things that you could do. And content and keywords are very important with Google ranking, especially because when Google crawls your site, they not only see that you have the content, but you also have the keyword verbatim within it. And basically, it helps you to rank faster and more efficiently. Content is also great for ranking as well, because Google feels that the more content that you have, the more likely you are to be an expert in your field. And at the end of the day, Google's whole goal is that when someone searches, that they get the information that they need. So, long story short, the more content you have, the more likely you are to be found, because Google wants to ensure that the people searching on their platform gets the information quickly and efficiently. So, I'm going to move on to my next tip for you, and that would be to build upon this Google business profile. I don't even know if you have a Google business profile, because when I searched you, the first thing that comes up is Flash Epoxy Flooring. But yeah, no, a bunch of your competitors come up instead of you. So I would suggest getting that built upon, and also, you would also be really giving yourself a chance to be dragging in as much traffic as possible. And so what I mean by that, when people search for any given keyword, I'm using epoxy flooring Los Angeles, which has a search volume of 250 per month. When people search for any given keyword, there's a lot of ways in which they can convert over as a client. So with that said, I'm actually going to go over to this next tab here, because the first two things I'm going to talk about is included here, not your area at all or your field of work. So I just wanted to show you what these looked like. So you have these local ads right here. These capture the people that click on the very first thing that they see. The local ads people like because they are Google guaranteed up to a certain dollar amount. So if something happens or something goes wrong, they trust that Google will make it right monetarily. And then also you have the phone number here, and these have high conversions. And the reason why is, when you hover your mouse over any of these local ads, it has that number down there that comes and drops down. When someone clicks on that and they're already taking their time of day to call you, they are more likely to convert over as a client. So those are really good to have. The Google ads themselves aren't as high in conversion rate. However, you can be seen by a lot of different people as they are located right under the local ads at the top. So, and they are also a lot cheaper. I'm going to go back over here because the rest of what I'm going to talk about is included on this tab. So the next thing we have here is the Google Map Pack. So the people who search this way, and I am one of them, they want to see a company that is local and in the area. So, this is also a great way that people search and stuff. I like searching this way because I like to know how far away I am from the company and such. And but anyways, these 3 people who are in this Google Map Pack, they pull up to 80% of that traffic that is coming through on that keyword. So if we took a look at the keyword that I'm using with a search volume of 250, you're looking at 200 people going straight to these top 3 competitors. There goes the majority of that traffic. But another way to pull traffic to your website would be ranking organically. And so ranking organically is simple enough in its concept. The higher you're ranking in Google, the more traffic you're going to pull to your website. So these people here are doing a lot better than way down here, and people rarely go to that second page of Google. So it's really important to note that you want to be ranking high enough in order to be on that first page. And speaking of ranking organically, which would bring me to my third and final tip, this is where we're going to get technical. So in order to rank organically, you actually do need to build the strength of your website. And in order to do that would be adding backlinks and referring domains. So with backlinks, unfortunately not all of them are created equal. You want good quality backlinks. If you have any poor quality ones, it would be best to take those off and replace them with good quality ones, just because of the fact those poor quality ones aren't really doing anything for you and are a waste of time and money. As for referring domains, and a good example of a referring domain would be, say you did some services for some people and they decided to blog about the services that you did for them, and they have a link back to your website. That would count as a referring domain. Those referring domains have a lot of power, and the more power you have, the higher that the UR and DR numbers are going to be. Now, you generally want these to be at a 1-to-1 ratio and as high of a number as possible. With Epoxy, we definitely want to see them in the 20s, 30s, 40s range. It looks like we don't have any data for UR, and you're at a 0 for DR. You only have 1 backlink, 1 referring domain. You're only ranking for 5 keywords and generating an organic traffic of 6. So, you might think that 6 traffic is good enough, but if we take a look at one of your competitors, and I'm going to go here so I can show you where I found them. Found them right here. I'm going to use epoxy.la just because they're ranking, they're the second highest here. So they are in that 30s range that we want to see them. They have 2.5 thousand backlinks, have 307 referring domains, not at a 1-to-1 ratio, but regardless, in UR they are in the 30s range. They're ranking for 432 keywords and generating an organic traffic at 214. So they're doing pretty well for themselves. if we take a look at some of the keywords that they're ranking for, they're right there, epoxy flooring Los Angeles, the one that I used, gray epoxy garage floor, epoxy garage, flake epoxy garage floor, tan epoxy floor. All these service keywords that they're ranking for is really good, because when people are searching, they're not searching for the company name. They're looking for the service that you offer. So it's really good to rank for those. Take a look at the keywords you're ranking for. You are ranking for your name primarily. And like I said, it's actually best not to, you're going to rank for your name, but you want those service keywords, because that way you'll be able to be found a lot better. And you really do need to put yourself in the position to be found. And without that content or keywords, and without those backlinks and referring domains, you're not going to be ranking very high in Google, and people aren't going to be able to find you very easily at all. So it's something to definitely think about. I hope this has been helpful and informative. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, I would love to chat with you and help you out in any way that we can. Either my husband or I would love to schedule a time with you, and whatever fits best for you. And so with that, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, Miguel, and God bless.